Surprise, motherfucker. Hey, what's up? That's weird. I'm looking directly at the camera, but it looks like I'm looking off to the side. That's weird. Um, so I'm trying it like this because it was suggested to me. Hopefully that makes it better. We'll see. I don't know. Let me know. Finally put part 3 of my do-it-yourself sandbox campaign guide up on my blog. So check out the link in the description below, and I'll go through it right now. So, 3 more Roman numerals. The first one is bring it together, or just bring together. A, story forge. As the GM, you didn't craft a story or plot before the adventuring took place. Now that the PCs are mid-level, the half-told story can start to be understood. So, as a GM for a sandbox campaign, you don't want to create the story before it happens. You might have ideas in mind and an outline, but you don't want to craft like, oh, this plot point and this happens there and then this one. Like, you're not putting together a movie with like little index cards. The story comes out of the character's actions. So, yeah, creating it beforehand just doesn't make any sense. All right, B, tying disparate threads together. I won't read everything, but I'll just give you the synopsis. So, little things here and there that separately didn't make a lot of sense. You should combine those, especially where there's an obvious through line that makes sense if you know what happened in the Dark Tower seems to match up with what happened in the the Crimson Dungeon or whatever. Does that make sense? Let's see, the PC backstory. So up until now, where the characters are mid-level, your job as a GM was supposed to ignore most of the player's backstory, because whatever happened before, that's great for them and their own characterization, bringing their own character to life, but doesn't have much to do with your campaign, probably. But now that they're mid-level, now you can sort of bring some of those things in from their past, their history, and let the backstory kind of shine a little bit. All right, Roman numeral 2, godlike power. Special abilities. Now it's kind of a nice time to reward PCs with some cool stuff that maybe they didn't have when they were starting out, because you don't want to start out the characters as heroes. That's one of the OSR concepts we talk about. They're just regular people when they start out. Maybe they have certain gifts or certain motivations. Maybe they got lucky once or twice and they survived. You don't want them to be superheroes at this level. But now they can start to be actual heroes. And so you can reward them with certain things. Maybe kind of like feat-like stuff, like I did with Chalt in the Chalt Ascended book. I had 60 plus feat-like special abilities. Something like that. All right, B, artifacts and relics. Somewhere in the world, there should be something really powerful that the characters can go after and obtain for themselves, or maybe stop the main antagonist from getting. Doesn't have to be a magic item. Could be like high tech or some sort of super science gadget. What else? C, the evil guys should also have super weapons, ultimate death machines, or cool magical relics and stuff like that. So have them also unleash their destructive capability on the PCs, or at least threaten them with it. At least the villains are trying to destroy them, and they're as capable as the PCs. 3, new is always better. Not necessarily, but you know what I mean. A, non-standard. So if you've been relying on stuff that you've read before, or you've seen in movies, or you're just cribbing other things from other campaign settings, which is totally cool, now is the time to kind of dial that down and dial up your own creativity, your own imagination. This is your campaign, and now that you've been doing it for like 10 sessions, now is the time you really need to up your game and come up with something worthy of the players and their characters. A shocking reveal, that's B. You should have something that kind of blows people's minds, like, whoa, like something about the campaign setting is turned out to be a lot different than what they expected. And C, finally, the big bad in his lair. This is kind of cliche. You don't always have to end a campaign this way, but especially if you're a noob or just starting out, or you want something kind of easy to grasp onto and run with, I think that's pretty good. As I was writing this, I kind of had Krull in mind. And so I put in here, you're gearing up for that confrontation that will probably take a couple sessions for them to get ready, the player characters, before they can actually storm the Beast's Black Fortress or whatever, and stuff like that. So that's enough. I'm being called, so cool.
I'm a queen.
Awesome. All right, that's it for now.